Microsoft Excel.
Okay, great. Thank you. So let's go straight. I hope one hour will be enough for things I have today. So let's just do a brief introduction. As we said earlier, that the class is not a beginner class. So it's for people already familiar with using Microsoft Excel. Howbeit, I went through the registration, the answers to the registration questions people filled in, and I saw that a lot of people use Excel for just their day-to-day life or for just normal office use. So I'll try as much as possible not to talk over the moon, to come down to as much as we can understand and as much as we can apply in our daily work. But as in the same time, it will not be a beginner's class. No, not at all. So I'll just like to begin with a few, before I go into, there's a course content for today. We're talking about introduction to charts, Excel tables and pivot tables, Power Pivots, Excel macros, and Excel VBA. But before we go into all that, I'll just like, there are a few things in the course of my work, a few questions people have asked me, and a few things I've discovered that is kind of an issue to people. So I'll just like to share a bit on those things before we start. So let me just share my screen now. Share screen, document. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Just a minute, please. Wow. This. Okay. So let's go. Let me create a new worksheet. Or let me just create. So over the course of time, I discovered that one of the issues people have also is entering phone numbers in Excel. The custom feature of Excel makes it that once you enter a zero number in Excel, Excel doesn't recognize it. Just for instance, 011, 011 is the same thing as 11, 012 is the same thing as 12, 05 is the same thing as 5. So Excel automatically takes out that zero. So if I enter a number, say 07034684956, and I click enter, Excel automatically takes out the first zero and it's left with 703468, blah, 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 blah. So how do we deal with this? There are a few ways to deal with it. Me personally, before I start entering a phone number field in Excel, I like changing my, for instance, if this is my phone number column. So I like changing that column as a whole. I change the column to, sorry. So I change it to a text. So Excel is no longer seeing it as a number, it's seeing it as a text, as a word. So that's why when I put 08036742448, 74248, enter. It will leave the zero because it's a text now. It's no longer, Excel is not seeing it as a value again, it's seeing it as a text. But if you notice, there is a small triangle up here, and that triangle is indicating that there's an error. This is a number, but Excel is seeing it as a text. So I can just leave that, it doesn't change anything, or I can just come over here and just click ignore error, and that takes it out automatically. Okay, so that's just one of the ways to change this. But what if you've already received the data? For instance, you've already received the data, you're not the one that entered the data. You've already received the data, probably from the field, and already has the phone number format. That way, I say in data analysis, I think one of the major where you have a lot of challenges in data cleaning. You can spend more time in data cleaning than data analysis. So let's say, for instance, I have this 07034685431. That's 11, right? Enter 080 That's my number 622366163. Enter 0803480942228. Enter. Okay, let me just take this three. I have this three, probably 1,000 numbers, and I cannot start changing everything to text and adding zero one by one by one. So what do? Oh, oh God. How do I move this? Just a minute, please. Okay. So I want to work on this. Ultimately, I think I'll have to move this down. Why is this problem? Okay. So what do I do now? I want to add zeros to it, and there are so many. I can't be doing it one by one. So I can just go to general. I can go over here to general. I can go to more number formats, click on custom. Now, just you see the number is showing here as 7034854, blah, blah, blah. Now, just below that, it's just below general here, just below general, there's a zero here. So once I click on that zero, then go to type, put my cursor here, and add 10 more zeros to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you notice up here, the number has changed to 0 at the front, because now I have indicated that I want the numbers to be 11. So once it's 11, Excel will automatically add that 0. And this is useful for not only phone numbers. Even if you're writing like a country code or a state code that is 00234, 5 digits, Excel will take out the first 0. So you just make it 5 zeros, and automatically the 2 zeros will come in the front. So once I have this, I click OK. You can see that the 0 is now showing here. You can now see the 0 here. I can click, I can drag down. When I drag down, it changes to the same number up. Then I come here, fill formatting only. So I'm not copying the cells, I'm just filling the formatting, which is that formatting I did. And you see all the number has changed, and the 0 is now active there. Another way to achieve this also is, if I have those numbers, for instance, let me just Control Z. Okay, I have those numbers, then I want to add 0. I'll just create another column. I'll just insert another column. Very simple. I'll just use a formula equals to 0 and mine is shift 7, 0 and this. Enter. That automatically adds 0. I drag down the same thing. Or I can use concatenate equals to concatenate 0. Concatenate means like to join 0 and this. Close my bracket, enter. See, I've now concatenated the cells I drag down, and it applies to all of them. So that's just some simple ways to add the leading zeros to numbers in Excel. Okay, what if there's a peculiar problem? Let's say, just a minute. If people are in the waiting room. Okay, let's say here, blah, 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 blah. Okay, what if here we have numbers are formatted differently? They go to the field. Some people collected number as 234. Some people collected it as 080. Some people collected it as 80. So how do we do that? To me, it's a useless data. You can't achieve much with that data. And probably you need the numbers to send bulk SMS or to use it for something else. It's not properly formatted because they don't have the same format. So let's say I have 23481 62236 I have 08034896001, and I have 7089843612. So I have these 3 different formats. One of them started with 234, the other one with 080, and the other one with 70. Now there's a formula in Excel called the right function. It's equals to right. Now, there's also the left function too, right? You see now, it's already leading me number text and number chars and number characters. So what's the text? I want to use this one. Now I'm saying 10. Let me explain what this formula means. I'm telling Excel that from this cell H2, it should give me the last 10 digits to the right, the last 10 numbers to the right. Don't even understand. I'm telling Excel that from this cell, give me the last 10 numbers to the right. And the last 10 numbers to the right are 3, 6, 1, 6, 3, 2, 6, 1, 8. So plus 2, 3, 4 is not among. So if I click OK, I can see that. But that's not what I want. I want 0 to be part of it. So I want to format everything to have 0 and not 2, 3, 4 or 7, 0. So what I just do is that the same thing we did before. I can use concatenate. So I can use the AND function. Concatenate. Now you're nesting two formulas together. Concatenate. Sorry. Concatenate 0 and what? The last 10 digits to the right of these. So this is what I'm telling Excel to do. Enter. Oh, we found a typo in your formula and try to correct it to blah, 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 blah. There's an error here. So let's correct it. Do you want to accept this correction? Yes. So you see, we now have 081622. We drag down. We now have a uniform phone number formatted the same way. So this is just one of the tricks we can use Excel for. Formatting phone numbers to be the same. So let's see some more. Let's talk about conditional formatting for a while. Just a minute. Okay, what if you want to remove this 0? Okay, probably your boss said, I don't want the leading zeros, I just want the first number. Simple. You could just use equals to value of this. And it's removed the 0. Or you can still use the right function we used earlier on. Right. This 10. And that's it. Okay. So anyone that works for you, you can use that. So let's talk about conditional formatting for a while. A lot of people that schedule tasks at work. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but we can't see your results.
Oh, you can't see my results. Oh, sorry. Let me increase my a bit. Is it clearer now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. So this is it. So let's talk about conditional formatting for a while. I know a lot of people use the schedule tasks at work and created something here. Let me just copy. Okay, let me just create a new one. Let me continue. So let's say staff. Let's say we have the name of staff, we have task, status of task. Okay, let's say this is it. And let's say who is here. I can see Olubola, say Bola is the name of the staff. Let's say Omori, just from the names I can see on the screen. Who else? Babatope, Babatope. Okay, let's just say staff, task. Let me just say fetch water. Cook food. What else? Babatope. Okay, just anything. Sweep the house. Let's say these are the tasks. Uh-oh, sorry about that. So let's say these are the tasks, then the status. Just a minute, please. Oh, God, guys. So let's say we created a schedule at work, not let's say Bola has done has in progress, not done. Well, we can easily look at this because probably it's just a few persons. What if we have over 100? So how do we easily know people that are done with their task, or people that the task is in progress, or people that it's not done? So we can just add color codes to it. How to do this? I can come here, I can highlight here. Wait, sorry a minute. Admit all. Okay, I can come here. There's a tab here called conditional formatting. So I click on conditional formatting, highlight cell rules. Remember, this is text, so I'll just go to, oh, sorry, that was a mistake. Conditional formatting, highlight cell rules. I'll just go to text that contains. Now, I want to format any text that contains done. I want it with a particular color. Done, let's say done. Let me use green for done. I want any text that is done to show green color. And I'll click OK, and it's done. I'll repeat the same thing. Highlight cells, text that contains. What's the next one? In progress. In progress. Let's say in progress. I want in progress to show yellow. That means it's been done. And you can use any color you like. You can create your own color codes. You can do that there. Okay. Then the last one, text that contains not done. I want it to be what? Red. Yes. So you see, so once I update any task here, probably this one is not done. Immediately it turns red. Like I say done here, it gives me green. In progress, it gives me yellow. The one that is in progress, if I go back and probably person has completed it and I say done, it turns to green. So the conditional formatting is a very powerful tool that you can use for your scheduling. What if, let's say, I have another header here that says due dates. Let's say these tasks have dates assigned to them. And let's say for the first one, for Bola to fetch water, the date was passed. Date is passed. Sorry, the date was supposed to be 25th. Let's say 25th of April, 2020. Cook food. Let's say yesterday, 30th April, 2020. Not done. Maybe to sweep the house. Let's say it was supposed to be today, 01, 05, 2020. Let's say we have some that are still yet to happen, 04, 05, 2020, stuff like that. Now, we want to also use color codes to show dates that are past the due date, or dates that are yet to get to the due date, or dates that present now, that are imminent now. In Excel, there's a function called the today function. So if I say today, Excel gives me today's date. Okay, and once this thing is here like this, if you come tomorrow, the date would have changed to 02, 05, 2020 because the date has changed. So it's a very smart tool, and we can use it here. So let's see how we can make use of that tool here. Let's say I highlight this. Sorry. I highlight this and I go to conditional formatting. Here's my conditional formatting. And I go to my conditional formatting. And I go to highlight cell rules to the same thing I've been using since. So instead of going to text that contains, I'm not using text that contains. I don't even want to do a date occurring. So I want to, remember, I want to highlight the ones that are past, that are present, or that are yet to come. So for past dates, I'll go to less than. Now watch this. For dates that are past, I'll say format cell that are less than equals to today's date to have red. So dates that are past today's date, it will have red. So once the due date for the task is passed, it will have read automatically. Okay. Uh-oh. Sorry, I think there's an error there. Let me quickly control. Sorry. Okay. Admit. Conditional formatting. Less than equals to a. Just a minute, please. Okay. This was what I was trying to bring out. I don't know why it's not working on that cell. But you can format the dates. I will get back to it and get back to you. You can format the dates to give you dates that are past will show red, dates that are present will show green, and dates that are yet to come probably will show a yellow. So it's a smart tool. I'll get that done and I'll get it back to you before the meeting is over. So let's continue. What else do I have here? Just a minute. Okay. What else? What else? Okay, so let's look at inserting charts into Excel. We'll try as much as possible to be as fast as we can. Let's see inserting charts into Excel. From the files I sent to you, one of them is this is the data from the intro to chart table. I can just come to insert here. Insert. Excel already gives me an option of recommended charts I could use. So this is what's called the line chart in Excel. So I can just click on the line chart, click OK. Now this screen is blocking me. Sorry. Yeah, I can click OK, and you see the chart Fowler. So what if I want a total to know the total revenue, I just want to add the total revenue to that. So you can just use the sum function. Sum, I drag down, and that is it. Now note, before I move down, it changed to the small plus before I drag it down. So I drag it down. I can just go back to my chart here. Now it shows the chart area that it shows the data area that this chart is covering. So once it turns to this angle here, I can just drag down to include this. And you see the new sum, the total revenue has been included in the chart area. So that's just one of the things. I can come here and add a pie chart here. Insert chart. Can add a pie chart. So this is my pie chart. Okay, so I can decide to make my, let's go to quick layout, change the layout of the chart. I think I like this. Click on this, go to data labels, change some of the functionality of this. Now we see the values are showing inside the chart. I can choose to put the values outside. Now it's use the label position is in best fit. I can choose to keep outside in. It comes outside. Change my general to percentage because I want to see percentage and put it in 2 decimal place, and that is it. It looks better now. So different things you can do with the chart, with Excel chart. So just try that out. So that is it about charts. So let's go to Excel tables. So when I presented this data to the sales manager, for instance, she liked the kind of, but it was too vague. She wanted to see more data. So I needed to go and bring a more comprehensive data and show her so that we can use that to get the necessary insights she wants. So let's go to Excel tables and pivot tables now. Please open the Excel tables and pivot tables. So this is the file I got from the IT manager. This is the new file they gave to me. So, but we see it's just a raw file. It doesn't, pictorially, it doesn't look, I want to make this file look better. I can just come here, click anywhere in the file, in the any cell sheet that contains value. Can we please pause our mic? The file I got from the IT manager, and I want to make this look a little bit more presentable. In newer versions of Excel, you discover that there's something in Excel that says, tell me what you want to do. And it's just here. You see, it says, tell me what you want to do. So in case you're unsure where anything is in Excel, probably you want to check a conditional formatting and you're not sure where it is. So this is a good place to start. So let's say I'm not sure where a table is. I can just click, you see my recent actions table. I can just click on tables. So if I click on table, it shows me pivot table, insert table, format as table. So I'll just go to insert table. Now it's asking me what's the range of cell from A1 to, this is a very long sheet, blah, blah, blah. My table has headers, yes, because these are headers. I click OK. Now this is looking more better, right? Okay, so let's get to it now. We are getting into the real deal now. So let's get to work. So let's say this is date, this is year, but I want to also be able to know the month they purchased. Apart from looking at the date here, I want to be able to know the month they purchased, what they purchased. So here, I'll insert. Let me continue. So I just come here, insert. I insert a new column. I rename the column month. Click enter. Now, how do I get the month from this date? There's a function in Excel, there's a formula called the text function. Now, I'll use the text function to achieve this. So remember, any formula you're writing in Excel, you start it with equal to, with the equal to sign. That's to show that you're about to write a formula. If you don't do that, you're just doing rubbish. So equal to text. Where do I want to get the text from? Where's my value? My value is here in date, comma. What do I want? I want, see that? I click OK. Oh, name. There's an error. Now, what's the error? Remember, MMM. There's an error here. Now, this MMM, I'm supposed to put it in, what's it called? What's the language again? The double.
Inverted comma.
Exactly, inverted comma. I'm supposed to put them in inverted comma so that Excel can identify it as that's what I'm doing. So I change that and I click OK. And you see, it gives me the months from here. You can see it's 11 November, 11 November, 03 March, 03 March, 05 May. If I want the full month, if I want the name showing in full, I'll just add one more M here to make it 4M. And it shows in full. But I think I like it better when it was showing just halfway. So I'll just keep that. So you see, this one of the functions of the Excel table too that is not applicable. Had it been, it was not an Excel table. If I did it as I've done it for the first one, I have to drag down to do it for the whole cell. But here I don't need to do that. Just one, and it just filled for me also. Now I've done the mode. Let's go on and add some other stuff. What else can I add here? Okay, customer age. Let me add another column here. Now we're going to see some sweet formulas here. So let's do an age group. Let's do an age group for this. Now, what I want to do is I want to be able to group my customers into different age groups. The one that are, excuse me, let me get that out. So the ones that are less than 25-year-old, I want to be able to call them youth. The ones that are 25 to 34 years old, I want to call them young adults. And the ones that are 35 to 64 years old, I want to call them adults. And the ones that are greater than 64 years, I want to call them seniors. So how do I do that? Is it that I'll start searching 19, greater than this one, greater than this? Meanwhile, take note that my file here is over 100,000. So you know, maybe next week I wouldn't finish that. Now there's a function in Excel called the if function. The if function, I think this is the one of the functions I've used the most in Excel. I personally love this function, the if function. Now I'm going to next the if functions together. I'm going to next it. Normally the if function is just a simple function that states this equals to if this, the logical test, blah, blah, what is true and what you want it to be false. Okay, I think to explain this better, let me open another sheet so we can explain this better. Okay, let me just open a new table so I can explain that better. Okay, now I can create a new sheet. Thank you. So let's say this is 25. This is 18. What should I do? This is 14. Okay, this is 12. I'm trying to explain the if. I want to explain the if function very well so you understand. I can now say the if function, this is how it works. If, so what I'm saying is if this is the logical test, if this thing is this, then let it be this, otherwise let it be that. I don't know if anybody's understanding what I'm saying, but you understand it better when I use what I'm saying. So I'm saying now, for instance, if C2, C4 rather, if C4 is equals to, let me use the word, is equals to 25, then return yes. Now, if I do this, Excel won't recognize this because yes is a word, so I need to put it in those inverted commas. So return yes. Otherwise, return no. Now, you see how beautiful this is. Now, if C4 is 25, return yes, otherwise return no. It's 25. It told me yes, right? So if I drag it down, you see others will be no. No. Let's say I put 25 here again. And I drag down. Yes. Can you see? So that's what the if function does. But now, what I want to do is I want to nest the if function to use it in more than one situation, to give it more than one command. So let's go back to what we are doing. Let me just delete it. So age group. Remember I said I want to do youth less than 25 years, young adults 25 to 34 years, adults 35 to 64 years, and seniors greater than 64 years. So I'll say equals to if is
Slow.
okay. So age group. So I say if this age. So why is it doing that? There's an error. I didn't put my equal to before I started. So equal to if this is my logical test, customer age. What's my value? I want less than 25. Less than 25 years. So if this value, if this cell is less than 25, then return what to me? If it's less than 25, I want you to return it as my internet connection is unstable. Sorry. I want you to return it as youth less than 25. That means if customer age is less than 25, this is what I want to see in this cell, youth less than 25 years. Or, and I'm supposed to say what I don't want to see. If it's not this, what is the next one? But instead of saying the next value now, value if false, this is the value if it's true. If it's less than 25, this is the value to give me if it's true. But if it's false, I'm supposed to write the value now. But instead of that, I will nest the if function again. I'll not say or if, another if again. This will be a long one. This same customer age, we've done less than 25 now. The next one is 25 to 34 years. So 25 to 34 years will be less than 35, right? Then return it as young adult, 25 to 34 years. Or again, another one, if this same customer age, so 34 years, the next one is 35 to 64 years. So if the same customer age is less than what? 65 years, then return it as adults. Return it as adults.
Greater than 65.
Okay, I wrote greater than 65. Okay, adults 35 to 64 years. 35 to 64 years. Because I said if it's less than 65. So adults 35 to 64 years. Then the last one, I'll say if this same customer age is, you see it has come down. It's too long, it has come down. So if the same customer age, is greater than, so I'm not using less than now, is greater than 64 years old, because that was where we stopped. It's greater than 64 years old. Then return it as what?
You didn't put an
Mute your mic,
apostrophe.
please. I didn't get that.
You didn't put an apostrophe after 35 to 64.
Oh, thank you. You see, that would have returned it as an error. So if it's greater than 64 years, I'll have seniors. Let's call them seniors. Seniors are greater than 64 years old. 64 years old. Is there anybody that is not following? So how many ifs do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. That means I put a closing 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Our formula good now. There's still an error. Yes, I didn't put a closing apostrophe after 64. So I close it now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I click my enter key. And voila. Can you see that? See how beautiful this formula is. So youth, you can see that 47 adults, 35 to 64 years old. Imagine me wanting to do this manually, how long it will take me. But you know how the amount of time I just save now doing this way. Okay, let's see. Let's add one
Please, I
more
want,
column.
I want to ask a question.
Okay, you want to ask a question?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
right
please.
on.
I don't want this less than to be showing. I just want youth, adult, senior to be
Yes,
shown
fine,
alone.
fine and good. You just put that in your command, in your text. Once you put youth, anything you put there, that's what we show. Even if I'll show you some other things I use it for. Okay, before I go forward, let me create another listing. Okay, where I work, we collect surveys. We collect surveys from beneficiaries of our program. So in those surveys, for instance, we ask questions, and those questions come. Excuse me. Sorry. So we collect surveys where I work from, and those surveys come in. They come in things like true, not true, and the rest of them. I'm just trying to format this. So, for instance, we ask the question, and first person say true, not true, very true. Let me just show you one of the uses of this formula. What am I doing? Very true, not true, true. Maybe, not very true. Let me use this. This is something I can relate to more. Not very true. Okay, so this is, and we could have this for for 1,000 beneficiaries of our program. So, but we don't want the answer in this. We want to be able to codify these answers so that we'll get the average score and to give us value. So what we do is that I can just say equals to if this is equal to, sorry, is equal to very true, right? Okay, let it come back as 5. The score for very true is 5. For people that chose very true, the score is 5. If not, if the same blah 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 is equal to, what's the next one? Let's say true. Let's give me 4. Otherwise, if this same cell is equal to, what's the next one again now? Very true, true, maybe. Let me use maybe. Is equal to maybe. Let's give me 3. Otherwise, if the same cell is equal to, what's the next one? Not true, not true. Let's give me 2. Otherwise, if it's equal to this, equal to not very true, not very true. Let's give me 1. I close my brackets. How many ifs do I have? About 5, right? 1, One, two. That's it.
You didn't put the inverted comma
Inverted comma, where?
on the last side.
Yeah, because that's a number. The reason why I was putting the inverted comma in those things, because those are test strings. So that Excel will see it as a test string. For this is where it started from and this is where it's ending. But this is just a number. So I don't need to put the inverted comma because it's just a number. It's a value.
Okay.
It's just 5. Okay. So you see now, very 2 is showing 5. I just drag down. And you see that. Beautiful. Very 2, 5. Not 2, 2. 2, 4. Maybe 3. Not very 2, 1. So that's one of the ways. Off my head now, I can think of something you can use it for. For instance, a teacher computing the average scores of students. A student scored 40, 70, 30, 50, and stuff like that. 80, and stuff like that. I can just say, if it's 70, let's write excellent. If it's 50, write good. If it's 40, write pass. If it's this, write fail. You see that? So your remarks will be automatically filled. If the person got 70, your remarks will just be excellent. Do you understand? So those are some of the stuff we can use this for. The powerful tool, as you can see. Any other question regarding that? This is 4 o'clock already. I've never scratched the surface of what I intend doing. Any other question regarding that?
There is still a question. I still want you to help out with this age group. How this greater than less than will not be there.
Okay, you want me to remove it here now so that you see
Yes,
it?
I just want to be seeing youth, adults.
Okay, let me do it.
Young
Let me
adults.
do it for you so that you see it. Let me do it so that you see it. Let me do it so that you see it. Huh? So let's just go. You see here now. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
I'm on the formula bar. So let me just delete what I don't want to. Youth, can you see that? Young adults.
So we're done.
Just remove what you don't want and leave what you want. Seniors. So this is what you're talking about, right? This is how you want it to be, right? Hello, who asked the question?
Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect. This is what you were looking for.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Thank
you
you.
see it. So that's it. It's as simple as that. Okay.
All
So
right, boss.
for the purpose of my own class.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Ask your question, please.
Okay. I think I'm seeing that the formula is looking different when you are working on an Excel table and when you are working on the normal.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
So in this
Yes,
Excel
I'll
table, we're
explain
using
that.
block brackets. On the other one, we didn't use anything like.
Yes. So Excel. Okay, let me explain that. So Excel automatically references the header of the table when you're using the table. When I'm on a normal sheet, if I click here, it will show me, if I click here, probably show me cell E3. But Excel will reference the header. So it will show me customer age, blah, blah. You see that? That's why it's showing customer age. So
Okay.
Excel will reference the header. It's showing that it's a table. That's one of the criteria of the table.
Yeah, I get.
Okay. So just a minute. Okay, so I'm back to how it was before. So let's do one more thing. I don't know how far we can take before we end the class today. We've never gotten into pivot table. So let's see how far we can go. So let's see. Okay, I want to add another column to this. Just one more column. Then I want to add the frame size. The frame size. So let me just create another column. I will name that frame size. So frame size. Okay, this is too big. So now what I mean by frame size is another benefit of the table is, so I can just easily filter from headers here. So for instance, I have a list that every month I need to sort out the birthdays. I know there are some people here that are listening that have such problem. I need to sort out the birthdays. So if I have the list in a table form, I can easily just sort out the birthdays every month with choosing either the months I want to see, and that will just sort out, and the dates. So let's go to product category. Right? Yeah, product category. I have bikes, accessories, and clothing. Let me uncheck that. I want to see only bikes. I want to see something. Now, in the bike product, in the product itself, I have this as the product. So the frame size is the last 2 digits of all this you see. It's only available in bikes. You can see that's why I filtered out the other the accessories and the clothes or what. So you see the last 2 digits here are what? The last 2 digits here are the frame size. So how do I get that digits now? How do I get that last 2 digits? Remember we talked about the right formula when we are talking about our, what's it called now?
Let's,
About our phone number. So we talk about the
yes,
right phone.
right and
Yeah.
right
So
and
these
left.
last 2 digits now, I just want it here. But I can't just say write this and this. Why? Because this is not the only, remember, I just filtered this out. It's not only these things that are here. There are some of them here that don't even have these last 2 digits on top. If I select all now, I can't see them. You see all these ones, they don't have those 2 last digits. So how do I filter that out? Now I'm going to next. Now it's called nesting. I'll nest the if function and the right function together. Now let's see how that works. So frame size, I'll say equals to if, you can see that now. So now if this product category is equals to bikes, are you understanding this? So now I'm saying if this place is, if the value here is bikes, then what I want to see is the right function now, right of what? This one, the last 2 digits. I close this. If not, just return blank for me. You see that? I put the blank with 2 columns, with 2, what's it called? 2 inverted brackets, 2 inverted commas rather. So what I'm saying with this formula is that if this product is bike, if the product is bike, then give me the last 2 numbers of this bike category. Otherwise, just give me blank. Leave it blank for me. You see that it has already applied. So you might not see anything now because before you get to where the product that bikes are, you have to go down, 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 down. Let me see that. You see that when you come here now, you see frame size, you see them bikes, you see the formula has applied. But I can easily, even without scrolling down, I can just easily look at it by just clicking product category and select all and select only bike. You see now, it has given me the frame size I want. Can you see that beautiful, beautiful things we can do with this? Very beautiful things. I can decide to go and add another column. Let me remove my filter first. I can try to go and add another column called the profit column. Let me know how much. Let me know how much I made as profit. And for this, I'll use the formula, just a simple formula, this minus this. And that is it. So I've added my profit. So many beautiful things you can do with the Excel table. So I can try to come here. Just a minute, please. So you see, in table, you have a new ribbon that was not available, a new tab that was not available when you're outside the table. You see, immediately I click outside the table, that design, it goes up. But once I click inside the table, the design comes back in. So I can try to add total row. So if I add total row at the bottom, it's giving me, it's totaling everything I want to see. So I can try to add total of profit. I can decide to add total of revenue. I can decide to use average. I can decide to use anything. Let me say I want to get the average revenue. This is the average revenue. So anything I want, I can do. So let's quickly get into Excel pivot tables. Let's quickly see pivot tables. So from this data here, still on that design. Once I go to design tab, first of all, what I want to do is see your table name. It's a good practice to always rename your table.
Okay.
If I'm renaming my table, I'll make it as sales table. Enter. So I've renamed that to sales table. The next here, you can see summarize with pivot table. So I'll just summarize, and that's it. So it's asking me some question. Select a table of range, the whole table. Use an external data source. No, is this one I'm using? A new worksheet or the same worksheet. Now remember, this file is called a workbook. It's just like when you have your notebook and you have different sheets. So this one is a worksheet. Another one is a worksheet. That's why you see sheet 1, sheet 2, and blah, blah, blah. So I'll click a new worksheet. A new worksheet. And just open a new worksheet. So you see that. That's open a new worksheet. Later I can go ahead and change it to pivot table. So what the pivot table does for you, it helps you summarize large sets of data without much effort. So I can just decide now from here, this is the field, this is the pivot table field. I can hide this field from here, this field list. Once I click on it, it will hide the pivot field list. I click back, it comes back on. So I can come here, revenue. I click on my revenue. You see it has gone to sum of revenue. And it has shown me the sum of revenue like this. So that it's showing me in values, the values of the sum of revenue. I'll just like to format this as a currency. Just a minute. I'll go back. I'll format it as a currency. I'll remove the decimal points. If you just click here, I remove the decimal points. Mine is showing Naira because I set it that way. I work more with Nigerian money, Naira. So yours, the default set will be dollars, except you change the setting to another currency. So mine is showing Naira right now. So some of revenue, I can start to put some other things. Okay, let's see.
How can we change it to Naira, please?
Okay, you come here. I think, let's do that. Let's see. Symbol, you see that? So you just choose the symbol you want. You see that?
Yes, I can see that. Thank you.
Okay. So we come here, revenue, and let's see, what should we see here? What kind of table should we see? Just a minute. Let me open my table I'm using as. Just a minute, please. Okay, let's say I want to see the country and the product category. Let's see product category. You click here. Accessories, buy clothing. Let's see year. Let's see the year. Let's also see the year. Yeah. When I click it the same way I've been clicking it, something happens. It enters the values, but I don't want the sum of year. That's not what I'm looking for. So I uncheck that and I just drag. I drag it to columns. So this is what I want. I want the years in columns, the values of the revenue, and the rows as the product category. Now you see I have a very fine summarized data from these large data sets, which would have taken me more time if I was to summarize it myself. A very fine summarized data here. So what else can I do with this? Okay, should we go into pivot charts? Okay, let's create some more tables. So I can still come here. I can still create pivot tables. I can still use. So now what's the name of our table? Remember we renamed our table. The name of our table now is sales table. So I'll just reference that table. I want it on this same worksheet. So yes, okay. So it came back. So revenue. Let me try and be fast now. So can cover my revenue. What should we do? What should we do? Okay, let's do country. Let's do country. Here's my country now. The country. Let's do country. in our rows. Let's put state right under that. Let's put state right under that. What else should we see? Let's see the years. The years for these countries, the different year. Let's put years in columns. Now, let me just close this out so you can see. You can see I have a very fine data here too. A very fine data. I can just collapse this. That's the beautiful thing about pivot tables. I can try to collapse this. Collapse, 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 and collapse. So you see that I can still bring it out, collapse it. You see I have sum of revenue, my countries on my rows, the years here on columns, and all that very beautiful data. Now I would like to do one more. There's one I would like to do because there's something I would like to show you quickly. Probably that will be the last thing we'll talk about today before we go. But let me do that. Let's say, let's create a new pivot. Let me quickly do that. So, oh, sorry, no data source. So I have to put my data source, sales table. So let's quickly do this. Okay, what do I want? My revenue as values. Then I want my age. Remember my age group we created. So I want it now. I want to show you something very striking here. I want my age group. What else do I want? Okay, I think the data is fine like this. Oh, okay. Now I want to show you something here. Now look at the age group. Now I come here. I sort it. I want it to be from the smallest. That's what 25. Oh, I hope I've not done this. Okay. So I come here and I sort it from A to Z. And I try sorting the list from A to Z. So I was trying to show you. You see that if I try to sort this out so that it follows accordingly, it doesn't work that way because Excel will not see. Are you seeing what's happening? I'm trying to sort, but it's not working. I want it to be from you, adults, less than this, then young adults and seniors. But it's not working because Excel is not seeing it that way. Excel will actually see the first number. Normally, if this was normal, I'm sure if you try to do it in your own, what you see first is adults, then you see seniors, then probably you see young adults and you see youth, right? So that's the problem. So how do I sort this? Then there's what they call custom sort. So what I'll just do is that I'll copy. Just a minute. So I copy this out and I'll create a custom sort. So I'll create a custom sort with it. So even here now, let's see this. If I try to sort this from A to Z, you see what it's giving me? It's saying adult, senior, young adult, youth. But I want youth to be the first, followed by young adults, followed by adults and seniors. So what do I just do is that I'll just go on and create a custom sort. Custom sort. Excuse me. Excuse me. So once I create a custom sort, here where it says order A to Z, I'll click on this drop down and I'll go to custom list. Okay, I already created it before, so let me just delete it and redo that. So you see, yes. Okay. So what I'll just do is I'll just add a list. What I'll do is that the same way I want it to show, I'll list it that way, which is what? How do I want it to show? Youth. Is it less than 25? What else? Young adults, right? Now, there's a trick to this, and I must tell you, this thing almost disgraced it almost disgraced me this earlier today when I was revising for this class. Just a minute, and I'll tell you that 25 to 34 years. Now, when I was doing the other one, in the next one, which is adults, in my custom list here, after adults, and you see that now, even it's not even young adults, it's young adults. So you must be careful about all those things. So after the adults, there was no space before my bracket was open. But me, I went to give space, and it was sorting the wrong thing. So you must be careful about that, where there is space and where there is no space, and where there is S and where there is no S, because that could mar your sorting. Okay. So adults, what's our adults? 35 to 64 years. 35 to 64 years. Then we have what? Seniors. Our seniors are greater than 64 years. So, just a minute, let me add this. So I add that to the list and I click that,
The
okay.
young adult is not having space.
It's not having space.
Yes.
Oh, the one I wrote is not having space, Abi. Okay, let's see how.
The original one.
Okay, so let's see that. So you see now, you see what we were talking about? The original one is not having space. And that's why it came down like this. And the seniors came before it because Excel is not recognizing it. Let's go back and change that and we'll see. Do you understand what I'm saying now? It's supposed to be before, it's supposed to come before the seniors, but now the seniors is coming before it because I made an error when putting it up. So let me go and edit that my custom list. So let me just edit this custom list. This is the list, right? Let me edit it. So the adults, you say the adults, there was no space. Is it the adults or the young adults? The young adults.
Young adult.
Okay, young adults, no space. So I remove that space. Okay, okay. You see, it has gone back to the original position. So you see, that's the only way you can sort this. So once you've created this custom list here, you can then delete this out. You can then clear field. You can clear content. Then you can come here and sort this A to Z. And it will change. For some reason, this one doesn't want to change. Because there was already one there before. Let me just do that. Let me quickly fix that. Age group. Sorry. Take out the age group. Put it back. You see now, it has sorted out perfectly well. So that's just one of the ways to sort this list. So you can also explore on your own, creating pivot charts. I would have loved to talk about sliders today, but I'm not sure that will be possible. So on your own, just explore creating pivot charts. Just go to what's it called? Insert rather. You see pivot charts or recommended charts. You discover that some of the charts won't work with pivot charts. For example, the scatter chart doesn't work with pivots. If you click on it, to tell you, sorry, you can't create this chart type with data inside the pivot table. So this chart type doesn't work for pivot table. So you can just create different charts for this. And the good thing about it is that the charts are very responsive. So for instance, I create, let's use the recommended chart. So I create this chart of a pivot table. Just a minute. So if I decide to hide.
Hello, trainer.
Yeah, I'm with you, sir.
Okay, can we round up and take questions for today?
Yes, we are rounding up now.
Let's just
This
round
is the
up.
last thing I'm doing. So
Okay.
you see, I removed other product category and left only accessories, and the product changed to only accessories. So that's just one beautiful thing about pivot chart. So you can just go on and explore the pivot chart. Okay. So power pivot, macros, and VBA.